like, I don't want to just leave because it gets a little bit rough sometimes. That's what life is. If you go somewhere else, it's going to get rough there too, and you're going to have problems to figure
Totally,
out. So I'd much rather stay and make fun of Gavin and Alex Padilla, by the way, the senator from California.
Oh, what happened yesterday on
He
Thursday?
was just asking a question. That's all he was doing. Wasn't interrupting. It was just, dang it, those fascists.
Soviet level gaslighting.
You know what I love?
Insane.
I love that MSNBC had a reporter and a warm chair ready to go with a full sit-down interview last night with him the minute he did this, okay? I'm like, I'm sure that wasn't staged. I'm sure him or his staff didn't call MSNBC or CNN and be like, hey, I'm getting ready to go over to Kristi Noem's speech. So just in case something happens, oh, something's in my eye. Wink, wink. You should have somebody ready to interview me. Or probably not him, his staffers, right? That's how DC works, Joe Bob. You know, the staffers call the bookers or the producers over at MSNBC and be like, now my boss, Senator Padilla, is about to do something you're going to want to have cameras ready for. It's all staged. He got what he wanted. He wanted to be
You know who was the most mad about that? The person who was the most freaking furious that Alex Padilla got arrested was Gavin Newsom. He's thinking, dang it, why didn't I think of that? Look at all the attention he's getting. Yeah. I want that attention.
That's true. And he tried for it. What did old hair gel say at the beginning of the week? Wasn't it Monday?
He said, address, you mean?
Yeah, when he was, and he was talking trash on Tom Homan. He was like, oh, he's a big bully. Yeah, come arrest me then. I don't care. Whatever. Come get me. Come pumping his chest. Come get me. Bro.
I say we do it.
I know Tom personally. I've never met Gavin, thank God, because I'm sure I'd have some choice words if I ever meet that guy face to face.
Yes.
But I would put my money on Tom Homan any day of the week. The pit bull versus the hair gel boy. I'm putting 10 grand on Tom.
I've actually run into Gavin a number of times in my kind of longer-ish career in California politics. And the thing that I think is most scary about him, and I talk about this a lot, is that he's actually pretty nice and reasonable in person, one-on-one with you, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the problem, right? It'd be one thing if he were just dumb and aloof and kind of like this narcissistic, crazy person.
He's smart.
But the scary thing is that he's tactical about his approach. Like all of this stuff is entirely on purpose to gear him up to be the DNC nominee for president. And so that's what actually scares me. The fact that he's pretty nice in person, honestly, I've never had a problem with him on a person-to-person level is the worst thing about him, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, completely. I mean, look, there's somebody in my family that thinks he's like, oh my God, he's amazing. He's gorgeous. He's so, and then I'll be like, but his politics, oh, he's horrible. I hate him, disgusting, gross, whatever. And then I look at her and I go, and then she finishes, but he's so hot and dreamy.
Oh, gotta be kidding.
And he's in that raspy voice, and he seems so sincere and honest when he speaks. I'm like, but then you see the policy, right? And they're like, oh no, I'd never vote. He's a scumbag. He's horrible. He's ruthless. But he's so, and I'm like, that reminds me, and again, you're too young, and Joe Bob, I don't know, we'll see. 34, you probably don't recall. When old Bill Clinton came on the scene back in the 90s, okay, I was about 18, I think. Matter of fact, that was the first election I voted in. And so I remember the interviews. Women were falling over and gushing over Slick Willie. And I'm sitting there going, I don't get it. He was fatter back then. He was more rednecky back then. From Arkansas, no offense. We love our Arkansas right-winger folks. Love you. But not Bill Clinton. What is it with those folks, Joe Bob? You're a handsome man where the women sometimes can just overlook horrible policy, disgusting actions by a man because he's attractive. I guess guys never do that with a hot woman, do they?
I appreciate the compliment, Dan, but I did vote. I did vote yes on 8, and so California residents will remember what that is from many eons ago. But here's the thing, and this is what's going to make Gavin running for president fun. In case viewers don't know, don't leave him alone with your best friend's wife, because that was a big scandal when back in the day. If you don't know this, Gavin Newsom cheated on his wife with his best friend's wife, who happened to work for him in the mayor of San Francisco's office
as his campaign manager or something, right? Or his chief of staff.
Exactly. Yeah,
his best friend and a worker.
Yes.
Yes, and coworker, and Gavin did some naughty bit things in the government office. I think that's the correct. With his best friend's wife. And so the idea of him running for president, right? I think he thinks we're in this kind of world where that stuff is, that's just a thing of the past. And, Donald Trump doesn't have the best track record either. But the difference is Donald Trump is a reality TV star, lived a different lifestyle. Gavin is supposed to be this upright, virtuous, we're fighting for the people. When all of that stuff,
Thank you.
Yeah, when all that stuff comes out, I'm going to be just so giddy with excitement of like, we all knew this was here, and now the entire world knows the pitfalls of
he's
the
got
greasy
so many slimy deals to talk about besides in his personal life.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to answer for the high-speed rail he's wasted billions of dollars on, the train to nowhere. Come on, Gavi.
Well,
the crime while he was mayor and while he's gov, the homelessness issue that he said he was going to tackle since he was mayor. I'm going to get rid of homelessness in San Francisco. Then he becomes governor. I'm going to get rid of homelessness. The billions spent and homelessness has increased. Some estimates show 23 to 30%, I believe. You might know, Riley. In the 6-7 years he's been in office, Joe Bob, it's only went up by almost a third, but he's going to tackle it.
Well, even though we're spending more money on it now, by the way, every single year. But, on that point, Dan, what's really funny for me to remember, Joe Bob, I'm sure you remember this. So anyone who's ever been to San Francisco, you've seen a once great city.
I try not to go.
Fall into ruin. It used to be safe and affordable and clean. It used to be a really nice
When was this? When your grandpa lived there?
I mean, yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. The last 15 years has been rough, but it used to be really nice.
Okay.
It used to be nice. It's now not, and what used to be the problems that were just in the Tenderloin with homelessness and drugs and crime have spread to the nice places like Nob Hill, where Pelosi lives. But to watch him clean the city up just for Xi to come into town, China, that was funny. How could you justify supporting him?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff we're gonna be able to bring up, Joe Bob. You know what I want to do though? We gotta back up that we're almost a half hour in, and we never even got to this part because we were all so excited to bash on Gavin, and rightfully so.
Yes.
Let me take a step back and introduce Joe Bob more to the viewers if they don't know him. So Joe Bob, you got to fill folks in because even I don't know some of the answers to these questions because you've been a guest on my show for years, but when you come on, we talk politics, right? It's a political talk show. We don't get a chance to go, hey, how many kids do you have? What are their names? What's your wife do? How did you start working for TPUSA? What do you do for fun? What's your favorite music? Like, we don't know Joe Bob. So what's cool about this podcast is we get an hour instead of 5 minutes, right? We do 5 guests a night, 5-6 minutes with each guest. How do you know your guests? This is a great way. So Joe Bob, we want the bio, brother. So you grew up in Cali, around LA?
Inland Empire, but I feel like I have to back up even further than that. Joe Bob, what the hell is that name?
Yes, true. I don't even know. Do you have a last name or did you remove it?
Well, Joe Bob is as weird as it gets, and I don't think tacking on Ty-Leafy makes anything any easier. And in this profession, I think name recognition is a big component of that. What happened was one grandpa was Joe, the other one was Bob, and my parents couldn't figure out which one to name me after, so they decided to make high school very, very difficult.
Looking for news that actually tells the truth, not just the headlines they want you to hear? Then it's time to sign up for OAN Live. It's your go-to source for unfiltered news, sharp debate, and 5 hard-hitting political talk shows, including my show, Real America with Dan Ball. You can watch live anytime, anywhere. No noise, no nonsense, just real reporting and bold conversations that matter to you and your family. You can sign up for OAN Live now to see the truth unfold, and you can catch Real America every weeknight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Just go to live.onn.com. Again, that's live.onn.com and sign up today and start watching every weeknight at 8 p.m. Eastern.